The crystalline halls of the Galactic Council echoed with the pronouncement that would change the course of history. Ambassador Elsa Martinez stood defiant before the towering alien tribunal, her human frame dwarfed by the massive representatives of a dozen species, yet her presence commanded the chamber. "The human species," declared High Counselor Vexathara, her serpentine form coiled around the judgment seat, "has been deemed too aggressive, too unpredictable for civilized galactic society. You are hereby banished to the void sectors, those empty reaches beyond our territories where no intelligent life dares venture." Elsa's jaw tightened, but she maintained her diplomatic composure. "Honored counselors, humanity requests reconsideration. We've contributed significantly to galactic commerce. Our medical advances have saved millions across—" "Silence!" The thunderous voice of Counselor Morgeth, a boulder-like being from the Titan worlds, shook the chamber. "Your species' military expansion, your refusal to submit to proper galactic hierarchy, your independence. These traits make you a threat to the established order." The vote was swift and unanimous among the 12 council species. Humanity had 3 standard cycles to evacuate all colonies within Galactic Council space and retreat to the designated void sectors. Any human vessel found within Council territory after the deadline would be destroyed without warning. As Elsa departed the Council chambers, she activated her quantum communicator. "Admiral Helen Vasquez," she transmitted to the human fleet commander, "it's done. They've given us our walking papers." 3 months later, Helen stood on the bridge of the HMS Defiance, watching the last human transport vessels disappear into hyperspace toward the void sectors. The exodus had been brutal, abandoning thriving colonies, leaving behind decades of development, forcing 3 billion humans into uncharted space with limited resources. "Ma'am," reported her tactical officer, "all civilian transports have successfully jumped. We're the last ship in Council space." Helen nodded grimly. "Then let's join our people in exile. Set course for coordinates Void 77 Alpha." The void sectors earned their name honestly. Vast stretches of space with few star systems, harsh stellar conditions, and resources that were difficult to extract. The Galactic Council had essentially sentenced humanity to a slow death by attrition. But they had underestimated human adaptability. Within the first year, Helen had established a military command structure across 17 systems. Human engineers, driven by necessity, developed new mining techniques to extract resources from previously unusable asteroid fields. Scientists working in cramped laboratory ships made breakthrough discoveries in quantum field manipulation and zero-point energy. "Admiral," reported Dr. Sarah Chen, head of the Human Research Division, during their second year in exile, "we've achieved something the Council species never thought possible. Our new fusion reactors are 40% more efficient than anything in Council space, and our ships can now travel at speeds that exceed their fastest vessels by a factor of 3. Elsa, who had transitioned from diplomat to colonial administrator, pulled up holographic displays showing human settlements across the void sectors. "We now have self-sufficient colonies on 43 worlds. Our population has actually grown by 12% since the exile began. By the 5th year, humanity had transformed the supposedly uninhabitable void sectors into a thriving civilization. Human ingenuity had turned hostile environments into advantages. They learned to harvest energy from stellar storms, built cities in the hearts of asteroids, and developed quantum agriculture that could grow crops in zero-gravity environments. Helen, now commanding a fleet of vessels designed with revolutionary, human technology, received an interesting transmission. "Admiral, we're detecting Galactic Council ships at the edge of our territory. They're requesting permission to enter." The irony wasn't lost on her. "Permission granted. Let's see what they want." The Council delegation arrived in ships that looked antiquated compared to human vessels. Ambassador Kilthor of the Centauri Federation seemed genuinely humble as he spoke. "Admiral Vasquez, Ambassador Martinez, we come seeking assistance." Elsa raised an eyebrow. "Assistance? From the banished humans?" "The Devourer swarm has emerged from the galactic core," Kilthor explained, his usually proud bearing replaced. by obvious fear. They've consumed 17 council worlds already. Our fleets cannot stop them. Our weapons barely scratch their bioships. We've heard rumors of human technological advances. Helen exchanged a look with Elsa. The Devourer swarm, an ancient threat that consumed entire worlds, leaving nothing but empty husks. The council species, for all their pride and supposed superiority, were helpless against them. "And you want our help?" Helen asked. "After banishing us to die in the void?" We were wrong," Kyle Thor admitted, the words clearly painful. "Humanity's aggressive nature, your refusal to accept limitations, we see now that these weren't flaws. They were strengths we were too proud to recognize." Elsa stood, her presence commanding despite being surrounded by aliens who had once looked down on her species. "Humanity will consider your request, but understand this. We're no longer the same species you banished. We've become something more, something forged by adversity and tempered by necessity." 6 months later, the combined human fleet, sleek, vessels bristling with quantum weaponry and shielded by dimensional barriers, met the Devourer swarm at the Battle of Proxima Nebula. Where council ships had fled in terror, human vessels advanced with calculated aggression. Helen watched from her flagship as human tactical doctrine, developed through years of scraping survival from hostile environments, proved devastatingly effective against the swarm. Human ships moved like predators, striking with precision and withdrawing before the bioships could respond. "All swarm vessels in this sector have been eliminated," reported her tactical officer. "The council worlds are secure." In the aftermath, as grateful council representatives offered humanity full membership and territorial rights within council space, Elsa declined politely but firmly. "Thank you, but humanity has found something better than membership in your council," she said, gesturing toward the display showing the thriving human empire that now spanned 3 major galactic arms. "We found ourselves. The void sectors taught us that we don't need anyone's permission to be great." Helen smiled as she watched the council ships depart. Humanity had been banished as a perceived threat to galactic order. They had returned as the galaxy's saviors, not through submission to alien values, but by embracing the very qualities that had made them outcasts. In the depths of space that had once been considered a death sentence, humanity had forged an empire that would endure for millennia, built on the foundation that sometimes the greatest strength comes from being told you don't belong.